Hey everybody, check it out, Innkeeper. This is a game I actually have playtested before. It's been quite a while since the last time I playtested it, so I'm really interested to see how it's come since then. But it's been a few times that I've tested this game throughout its development, and it's always been very interesting to see the little leaps and bounds that it makes forward. I've always been interested in this title, so this should be fun. I've got the game page open here. It says explore the wilderness and battle monsters to feed your hungry patrons. Keyboard mouse is recommended, but gamepad is supported. This game is in development. There will be bugs and missing content. Feedback is always appreciated. So let's... I'm going to turn down the capture volume a little bit. I think it's a bit on the loud side, this music. Which is a common problem in games that I playtest. You might want to compare it to some other games you have installed, the relative volume levels, but it's a bit loud, but I don't remember there being any music or anything when I played last time, so it's quite interesting. The title screen is completely different. We got new game, continue to exit. We don't have any options yet, it looks like. I'll just go ahead and click on new game, I suppose. Prologue. Alright, so this looks somewhat familiar. Again, it's been a long time, so I'm not necessarily going to remember everything from back then. Movement feels like there's a lot of inertia. I don't know if I can... Yeah, I can fall off here. Oh, I can actually kind of stick right here. That's funny and cute. I wonder if that's... I wonder if it's known. Maybe it's even intentional that you can do that. It's like Breath of the Wild or something. I actually kind of like that you can climb the cliff like that, but anyways, yeah, so I noticed that the movement has a lot of inertia, which in general can make the game feel a little bit out of control. I don't really like how, for instance, if I just want to go up to this cliff, it's really easy to overstep because it takes a bit for the character to stop moving. Same with this, how long it takes to start moving. Why am I flashing here? Taking damage or something? I don't understand. I have actually no idea why it's flashing like that. Anyways, we've got can roll. I assume the roll gives you like invincibility or something. It doesn't really seem to give you any extra movement. The flashing is confusing. Camera feels a little bit close. Something about it feels awkward to me at this part for some reason, but that's okay. Oh, looks like we can actually control it here. Oh, is it? Oh, it's 90-degree angles. That's cool. All right, that feels cool to be able to walk straight instead. Kind of feels comfier because I can kind of see a bit better. Just going left and right like this is a little hard to judge. Sort of how close you are to things, especially since you... Oh, okay, you do have shadows, but when you're in the shadows, you don't have a visible shadow. So that makes it a little harder to place your person in the world exactly, like with precision. Which again, maybe another reason why going this way would be a little comfier or something. But all right, that's cool. The world feels like it extends in several directions now, so that's fun. A little jump. I guess we're gonna do a little platforming. Oh. So again, with the inertia, like I just tried to kind of walk up here and then go this way, but I kind of ran into this little corner here. It's a little awkward. So I think the person is trying to face towards where my mouse cursor is. Toggle auto grab is tilde key. Not a key I ever use in in playing games, but okay. Interact with things in the world. It'll be the F key or right mouse button. So I hit tilde, auto grab is on, so I just walk over stuff, I assume. Which again feels a little awkward. Oh, it looks like it's progressive. So it doesn't grab it all at once, it kind of progressively harvests it or whatever. Yeah, again with like the inertia, it's hard to just stop on top of the thing if that's what you're trying to do, if you're just trying to pick it up or whatever. But apparently we can right click. Oh, that's completely different from auto grab. Why is she just kicking it? Because I have to click on it, I guess. Might be mildly annoying if you keep trying to pick up something and you're just like kicking it across the ground. Yeah, I don't really know what is the point. Just trying to hide from me? Is that what's going on? Because I thought that was what the auto grab was. But instead, maybe it was like, maybe you click on this and then auto grab is for picking up what comes out, not for uprooting it. That's not the right key. You have to be a little close. Like, I kind of feel like I should be able to be, you know, relatively close without necessarily having to get right on top of it. And again, with the inertia and the controls, it's hard to have a lot of precision, so this kind of thing can get a little more awkward than it really needs to be. It's easy to kind of focus on, you know, these little things about the controls a lot, because this is the kind of thing that just affects the entire game, because that's your direct connection to the game, is how you control the characters. So these little details about like inertia and stuff, it's really kind of fundamental to your whole experience of the game. We got cycle items with the scroll wheel. Looks like the stuff in the bottom left here changes. It's showing me a value. I don't know what the raw is. Okay. I think this is related to like cooking time. Maybe these are other ingredients that they go well with or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. We can use up and down keys. Cycle inventory left and right. Oh, this is for, okay, so down here. Oh, you can click on this. I think this is something I remember before, is saying that it looks like you can kind of click on things. I'm talking about a previous version I playtested. It kind of looks like you can click on things down here, but you couldn't actually click on them. You had to use these keys and stuff to interact with it. But it looks like he added that option, which is really nice, actually. Doesn't mean I'll necessarily want to do that a lot, but the option's there, so that's nice. I wonder what this is. Yeah, that was a little confusing. Alright, maybe it just takes, the text takes a little too long to disappear, so I was thinking maybe it was showing up when I was hovering over something else. Very tiny details here. Little patch here doesn't do anything. I don't know what 5 out of 100 is. Maybe that's just the empty space in your whole sack thing. But we have what, 1 and 2 for cycling through these. I wonder if it should be like 1, 2, 3, 4 even. I don't know. Oh well, that's fine for now, I suppose. I don't really want to like take my hand off the mouse and reach for the arrow keys, so. Hello. Boomer. Right click. Wonder why it's right click instead of left click. Thank the Lord you actually made it. I know this was supposed to be your first day of work, but something awful has come up and I must leave at once. We will only have time to go over the basics. You best be sharp and pay attention, because I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay. Oh, why did he continue this time? Last time he just stopped talking. That was weird. What's going on there? Your first lesson will be with a dagger. Don't be a wuss. I didn't hire you to slay a dragon or anything. However, you will need to gather food from the wild. The wild can be a dangerous place for a yuppie like you. Bah ha ha ha. So again, he stopped talking. Am I supposed to... Do I have to click on him directly, or right click on him, or... I'm cutting some grass with it to meet me over yonder once you get the hang of it. Don't keep me waiting or I might start yelling. I guess there's the dagger. So I'm not really sure what was going on with the dialogue there, if it was some kind of joke about him not repeating himself, but you had to make him repeat himself anyways. I don't know. We got the dagger. Alright. Primary action. Click to attack while holding the dagger. Secondary action, stand in grass and hover over something attackable to enable the dagger's special attack. Try this once you find an enemy. Oh, okay, so I think what's going on with the flashing... Interesting, okay, so I believe when you're in the grass it has this little shadow effect on your sprite, which is meant to show that you're kind of hidden. Then when you leave the grass, it goes back, but it has this kind of black flash that happens. And I don't know if that's intentional for... It's supposed to kind of denote the transition. Like as soon as you see the flash, it's either going back into the light or going back into the shadow. It does look a little awkward to me, and of course, as I mentioned before, it was like really confusing how it just kept flashing black like that. I didn't know what was going on. So I wonder if it's intentional. I wonder if it's necessary to have that flash to black rather than just, you know, transitioning into this darker shade. Although I can kind of get, you know, I can appreciate the idea of making the transition more obvious. But we have to actually equip the dagger, so we go into tools with the 2 key, and then I have to scroll up. See. To me, this feels weird if I use the 1 and 2 keys to like toggle between these options and then have to use the scroll wheel. It's like the 1 and 2 keys in the scroll wheel are they're physically far apart, but they also just have nothing to do with each other. So it just feels weird to use these 2 things in tandem to control like the same menu, if that makes sense. But if I use the arrow keys, this is like exactly what I would expect, where you can press left and right to change the category and up and down to change the item. And that's very intuitive. Of course, the problem is I have to take my hand completely off of the mouse in order to access the arrow keys, so it seems a bit bothersome. I wonder. There must be some other way you can do this. I mean, I don't know what the solution is. It occurs to me like maybe you could press a modifier key. I don't know what it would be. You're using shift and control. I was thinking, you know, maybe you could press and hold a modifier key, and then you could use WASD like you use the arrow keys or something. There's probably a better option than that, but I'm sure you could do something better than this for that. I mean, I'm sure it's also possible to get used to that, but I don't really like that the way it is, I have to say. It looks like we can cut the grass. This little tiny little stab, I mean, this is cute, but it's not very satisfying, I guess. I mean, I don't know, maybe I like it. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it's kind of cute. I think one thing that bothers me about it, though, is it's just not quite as visible as I'd like. Especially when you're moving around, you can't really tell that any jabbing is happening. I don't know. Looks like something came out here. F key is grab. I haven't used that. It's definitely easier than like moving the mouse to the position and then clicking on it, I guess. So the frame rate is pretty choppy. This would work. I mean, I'm sure that this would smooth out a lot if this was in exclusive full screen mode instead of the borderless windowed mode. I don't think there's an option. Oh, yeah, these are just placeholders. Yeah, I'm not sure how it looks in the capture. Sometimes it looks slightly different, but because of the way Windows renders borderless windowed mode stuff, the frames can be quite unstable even if the game runs fine on the machine, just because it's kind of rendering it with all the other windows and stuff behind it. Whereas if you run it in exclusive full screen mode, then it has like full control of the monitor and it'll render everything very smoothly. Okay, hold tab enables certain item actions and shows additional information on the inspection panel. Leap attack, use the secondary action button while stealth to execute a leap attack requires a target. Cell value 300p, okay. Interesting. So, and then control enables manual targeting for throwing. It's not working at the moment. Tools excluded, so you can't use it with a dagger. You have to use something else. Okay. Interesting. A lot of buttons to remember. This is giving me stuff I don't really have an opportunity to use, which is generally not ideal for tutorial stuff. So particularly like it's great that I can run around and stab the grass with the knife, but like the secondary attack, guess you hold tab. Or just... shows additional... Okay, so maybe it has nothing to do with the tab. Maybe it's just this. This is slightly confusing. But yeah, it would be nice to actually be able to, in the tutorial here, actually do all of these things instead of... Whenever you just kind of tell the player something but don't give the opportunity to do it, it's kind of like you're just giving them information out of context. It's not very helpful. This is slightly confusing. The tab thing, because it apparently does two different things. And it's not really clear exactly what those things are in context of actual gameplay. It's just kind of giving me this vague information, and then when I actually hold the tab, the only thing that happens is it tells me about this. So it's kind of confusing because it makes me think it has something to do with actually using the special attack, but I'm assuming at this point it's actually for... Oh, okay. I'm assuming this is just giving me information, and the tab key doesn't actually have anything to do with doing what this says here. But also I just noticed that if I hold it, it does give me the option to drop this, apparently. If I press F. Again, that's not information that's been given to me or anything, it's all just a little bit vague. Hold control enables manual targeting. Again, we have to... So yeah, the controls are a bit finicky in my opinion, but I'm sure you can learn them eventually. Let's go to this. I spotted a gummy over there. The flesh of a gummy is even sweeter than its smile. You want to be a really manly killer? If I click off of this. Alright. So now his text seemed to be working predictably, I guess. I kind of skipped over what he was saying at the last part there, but looks like he's going off. And he's disappeared. That's cute, I guess. Combat. Monsters cannot see you if you're stealthed in grass. HP is difficult to restore. Try not to get hit. Gummies become exhausted after attempting an attack. Try to get them into the state before attacking them. Interesting. So we're going to try and sneak around in the grass. I assume you can't... You don't like make noise or anything? Okay, jumping puts you out of stealth. But, alright. Leap attack from here. He's gone. Oh, whoa, whoa, chill, bro. Oh my gosh, you really can leap from there. Holy cow. Okay, attack me. Oh gosh, yeah, the inertia on the movement again really makes it awkward moving in a position like that. Especially because your dagger just has this, I assume, very short reach. It's very tiny, so it feels like you have to get in quite precisely. Yeah, I was surprised how far you could jump out like that. I guess if I moved it to this camera, maybe I could go even further, I don't know. Okay, so another thing I'm curious about, I wasn't really able to discern in that encounter, is the slime guy. He kind of zoomed at you and then he stopped and charged up an attack. I'm curious if you take damage just touching him, because that's what I was kind of afraid of at first, is because he was zooming at me, so I'm like, okay, I'm trying to stay out of the way. But I wonder if I could have just stood still and if he would have just zoomed up and then just stopped, and then I could have moved without having to worry about touching him or not. I don't know which way that works. Also, I guess I'm meant to go back here now. It's a little unclear. Maybe I skimmed over what the old guy was saying too fast. Oh, is this... That's just a random light post thing. Oh, look, a little cute little balloon. So we're kind of clipping the camera through the geometry here. Oh, that's bad. Okay. So this kind of works, but yeah, you can see the little chunks of geometry sometimes that are a bit ugly. I'm sure the developer is well aware of this. Like this triangle here, and it might be nice if there's some intelligent way to hide some of this geometry while you're in this kind of view. I got a little stuck on whatever was there. So I assume this is the boomer, yeah. Interesting how his eyes turn red when you highlight him like that. Alright, here's the old inn. It'd be nice if the camera zoomed out a little bit more here and there, just maybe got a little more dynamic or something. See. Oh. Okay, I am sorry. I stabbed him. This balloon will take you places in the wild you visited already. The part of the wild we just came from is pretty safe for you to explore. There isn't much land over there, but there are some civilized folk who are willing to trade. On the other side of the inn, you'll find a bridge leading to the more dangerous part of the wilderness. Monsters galore. The boundary is ample, but take care not to get the wind knocked out of you. If you collapse in the wild, ain't nobody gonna escort you back home. You'll probably have to leave your loot behind. So one more thing, no matter which side you choose, you best believe me when I tell you, do not want to be caught in the wild at night. What is he talking about? Which side? I don't know. Unless you want the scolders to get ya. Even worse, your paying guests will go hungry. Doubly dumb. On to the next lesson. Alright. This is cool. I like this. It's cute and it looks cool. I like how you can kind of stick yourself into it. That feels nice. It's a silly thing, but it's true. It's kind of a nice little game feel thing. You fit really nicely into this little socket here. Wow, it's very easy to fall off. Oh, it teleported me back here. Okay. You the boomer? So your garden is the most reliable source of food. You're going to need lots of food to feed your guests. As you can see, I'm just terrible at gardening, which makes it hard for me to keep the piggies fed. Hopefully I can at least teach you to do it better than I did. Just whack the ground with your hoe and put a veggie into the mound using the primary action button. You should water them if you want them to grow at full speed, but you don't have to. If you need to refill your can, just stand in the water while holding it. Come inside once you're ready to learn how to cook. Alright, so he kind of just threw a bunch of words at you. It might be nice if he kind of walked you through it a little bit more, but it's not too much, I guess. Like, is that a... Alright, that's a mound. It doesn't really stand out very much. Maybe you can make it a little more obvious. It's like I can barely see it. So I don't know, like, is this going to be kind of an ugly layout, or is this... Alright, looks like it's kind of... It's snapping to a reasonable sort of thing here. Alright, so something that stands out to me about this, it depends a lot on where you're standing. You don't really get the mouse to control this. I prefer to use the mouse to be able to select one of these spaces, especially because it's sort of on a grid, in a sense. Even if it's, you know, just directly around you, I think it'd be a lot comfier if you could just move the mouse to the exact space you want and just click on it. And again, with like the inertia and the movement and stuff, this is kind of affecting this experience a bit. It's not that it's like hard, but it's just one more thing that's just kind of affected by this being the way it is. I don't know if I want to cram these all close together, if I wanted to make rows. I don't know what I'm doing with this right now. I'm just doing whatever. I'm just spraying some water. I think the watering can has limited water, doesn't it? So you have to refill it. Where is the... Oh, bottom left, okay. And there's little sparkles when it finishes, I guess. So sparkles when it's finished, but I'm not sure if you can visually tell by looking at... Like if I happen to miss one of these, like it was just slightly underwatered, I don't think you could really visually tell if that was the case. So I wonder if you might want to differentiate that visually, just a slight change in the shade of it or something. So I guess we just jump in the water, and oh, it just fills by itself. I think maybe if you're holding it. So yeah, the frames are pretty choppy here. I don't know how it looks in the capture. I think that's all he said though. Oh well, I guess I have roots I can plant. Left click, it looks like. I can kind of throw them. Oh, that's nice. See, this is nice. Just being able to chuck the things into the mounds with the mouse like this. I find this way comfier than the actual part with the digging stuff. I'm just doing this completely at random. I don't think we can plant a raw gummy here. Getting stuck on that. Where did I get fuchsia burlap from? What does mono mean? I don't know where that item came from. What am I supposed to do here? Find the boomer again? Let's look at the scenery. Okay. Not too much to look at, but it's okay. It looks pretty nice. Definitely more polished looking than the last time I played it here. What is that? Manage menu. Placeholder food menu. Out of stock. Holy moly. Okay, so I can set up the menu, I guess, inside the inn. I don't know what I'm doing here. Phew, it suddenly feels like a lot of work though. It's like all of a sudden I have to manage a whole inn. I guess this is all the dirt from these places being filthy. I can't rotate the camera every way I want to in here, which is interesting. Demo. Gain all 5 weapons upon sleeping. Check your tools category. So should I just go to bed? And I noticed this is paused up here. Or I guess if I'm in the bedroom, it pauses the time passage, something like that. So I can't rotate the camera at all right now, but there are, I guess, certain places in here that you can. Like if I'm up here, you can rotate it. Oh, and then it automatically rotates back. Okay, interesting. Oh, there you are. Oh. Most items need to be cooked before they can be eaten. Cooking works kind of like planting. Just walk up to the cooktop with an item in hand and press the primary action button. To take an item off the cooktop, use the interact button. Are those two different things? The primary action button and the interact button? Is that F is interact button? I don't know. Watch the timer. Every item has a sweet spot, which you'll discover through trial and error. Here's a fish to practice with. You only get one. Cook it and serve it. And alright, if you think you can cook already, then you can save it for tomorrow. But remember that cooked items always expire at night. If you want to save it for tomorrow, keep it raw today. Alright, let's try it. Oof, okay. Looks like we can chuck it onto the thing with left click. We don't want to do the... So I had this selected, so I almost chucked the gummy on here, I guess. We want the lionfish. Throw it on, and then we have to use the F key. Or we can right click on it if we're close enough. So it looks like the sweet spot is kind of anywhere in the middle here, I guess. According to the meter, it's not really giving me any more information. Can I cook it longer? So I can cook it longer. Interesting. Very interesting. Wait, how do I get out? Alright, it's a little hard to find that little opening there. Hello. Wait. Bro. Good job, that's how you do it. Now I can throw the gummy if I want to. Okay. Should I keep talking to you? Guess we'll come out at the dinner hour. That's the red hour on the clock to place orders. This will be your main source of income, so it's important that you learn how to do it right. First of all, tips are everything. You must get tips. Fickle. Every single one of them prefers a particular flavor. The bulk of your tip depends on serving them that flavor, so you need to have a wide selection of foods available on your menu. You can change your menu by interacting with it. It's over there by front entrance. It's very important to keep your menu up to date. If you got nothing available on your menu, the guests won't eat. If the guests won't eat, you'll go broke. I would know. Another thing, you can generate combo points by serving the same type of item multiple times in a row. Service with style. This will only impact your XP gains, but the impact is nevertheless a large one, so try to take advantage of it. Once you're ready to move on to your final lesson, talk to me again. Alright, so I'm actually going to take a break here real quick, so you'll just see a tiny pause and I'll be right back. Hello again. Sorry for the little jump in the music there. I've been actually listening to it in the background here for a little while. It's quite nice. But we're going to continue with this playtest. So, left off talking with him. I guess we are... I don't know. I think it's going to try looking for this wilderness area. which I'm going to go back and talk to him again real quick. I don't remember if he said there was one more lesson or not. Yeah. We're talking about creatures getting into the rooms. We have to clean, catching the critters and feeding them to your guests. Why let a perfectly dead rat go to waste? Okay, why not? So we just go in and throw at lab rat. So I need to switch to the tool. Looks like we have the hoe now. Little dagger. Oh! So I was looking at the bottom right to change my thing, and then the rat just randomly disappeared, and now it says clean, I guess, up here. So I didn't actually do anything, which is a little strange. Boy, is it unfortunate. Okay. So does the rat just get scared and run away eventually? This text box is still there. Hello, lab rat. So he ran away and disappeared. Okay, so I guess hobo. So I just grabbed it, and apparently I don't need like a tool. I think I had a duster in the previous build that I played, which is kind of fun to use. I'm not sure if that's still here or not, but I guess we're clean now. So I guess the rats can potentially be caught or killed or whatever. So it feels a little weird to like right click on things as like a primary interaction. Otherwise I'll just stab them. But yeah, I guess these are useful maybe for feeding to someone. I don't know. It's a little strange, but okay, so do I have to go? This is my bedroom. But these are all clean now, right? So he hasn't changed whatever he's talking about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw a spider at you. The rooms are a bit dumpy at the moment, so guests won't pay much to rent them out. If you can find some luxuries to decorate them, I bet you could charge more. So this text is new, I guess. I don't know if the text progression is a little buggy or something. Okay, something unusual is going on. So apparently we cleaned up the rooms, and then you mentioned getting some furniture, I guess. He's drowning in debt and about to lose the inn. There's a loophole. I've already declared in an addendum that to your contract that you are my heir, which means that when I am taken away tomorrow, ownership will be transferred directly to you. Fortunately, this also means you will inherit my copious debt. To be honest, it will not be easy for you to pay it all off in your lifetime, but there's still hope that the Jubilee will come, whatever that means. That's the kingdom-wide debt forgiveness. You weren't aware. It happens every 100 years, at least it's supposed to. Should have happened last year, but it appears to have been delayed. Your debt collector will arrive tomorrow. Maybe he'll know more. He will be living here until you're done. Oh, wow. But you need not worry about providing him with food or rest. Understand when you meet him. Your bedroom is in this room behind me. Sleep in your bed once you think you're ready for tomorrow. For your first day, I recommend gathering as much food as you can from the wild and working on your garden. Here you can have my fishing pole. You'll figure out how to use it yourself. I never was good at fishing. Alright. Would have been unfortunate if I tried to like cancel his, you know, if I gave up on the conversation early or something and didn't get the fishing pole, I guess. So we're gonna get the weapons. Testing purposes, apparently. Tools category, we've got fishing pole, we've got watering can, hoe, bronze sword, bronze dagger, bronze hammer, bronze glaive, and maple bow. Interesting. What is that? The debt collector? Tidings from the dead. It's time to pay and you'll obey, or else we'll take your life away. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright. That's quite cute. Okay. Menu needs attention. What attention does it need? I don't know what to do. Alright, so this is, I mean, this whole menu thing's a little overwhelming. There's like suddenly this big UI, and I have this sense that like I need to do a lot of work to provide stuff. Stock 0, maybe that's why. Or duplicate entry. Red root, carrot. Okay. Yeah, it's really hard. You can only tell what these are by the picture, apparently. There's no... You don't print the name in here anywhere, so it's a little confusing, especially with these because they're very similar in appearance. So yeah, apparently I'm supposed to gather the food and stock it somehow, and then at dinner time, which is around here, which is, apparently I should probably get going because I'm wasting time, I'm supposed to come back and feed all the guests by cooking, I guess. Seems like a lot of work, but I'm sure we can get into it eventually. But as far as this playtest goes, we're going to try out this combat stuff. Apparently these guys can fly. I can just click to... Why am I stuck in place? Oh, my health went down to 1. Holy crap. Okay, so apparently when you start spamming the bow, you just suddenly... You can't move anymore. But you can... Alright, it's quite confusing. So you can shoot once and it just doesn't affect your movement at all, but as soon as you start shooting more, you kind of stick in place. Hopefully there's no ammo or anything. So that was quite unexpected. But yeah, I'm worried about my health, especially since I was told before that it's hard to get your health back. So now that I'm like straight down to 1, that's a bit unfortunate. Go ahead and turn on that auto grab. We've got a fishing pole. Let's try the fishing. Alright, that's not quite it. I guess I just left click. I don't know if this is like a bobber or... Doesn't look like a bobber. I mean, it kind of like looks like a... I don't know. Just wait and see what happens. Maybe there's no fish in the stream because they all flew off the edge. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what else we can try. We've got the watering can, we've got the hoe out, which we can apparently... Oh, we've got interesting cloud effects here. We can apparently, like, farm out here, which is interesting. Bronze sword. Okay. Doesn't seem too much different from the dagger. Apparently attacks slightly slower. Okay, we've got some stats down here. Maybe that's... So this says... Oh, this apparently can do damage. So it says this does 12 DPS. This does 24. This is a high crit damage, I guess. I don't know if that's like backstabbing or something. This has even higher DPS, but it's quite slow in terms of mobility apparently while you're using it. This is low DPS, but I don't know if it has a bit higher reach or something. Crit ratio 2x. Oh yeah, the bronze has a crit ratio of 5x. The bronze dagger, sorry. The bow is low DPS, 3x crit ratio. Huh. So this, I don't know, this one doesn't seem very good because it's so darn slow, but... I don't know what it's for exactly here. Lots of narrow ledges in this game, it seems. It's a little weird because of the way the controls and the camera are and stuff. It's like, and how punishing it is if you fall off, oh my gosh. It's a little hard to see, you gotta manipulate the camera a lot. Oh. He just shoots at you wherever you are. And I'm just... okay, I'm just gonna die if I get hit by anything, so... Okay. So I expected to get some food from killing them. Apparently there was something hidden in here. Oh, there's coins. Interesting. So yeah, it was a little weird when the guy like went off the edge because I thought I was gonna get food or something from killing him, and then he just fell off. And there's a lot of edges in the way that this is designed, so oh my goodness. So there he goes. What next? I mean, this seems extremely well. The range isn't that far, but it still seems very powerful. There's a little spider. Just because of how much you can. Oh crap! You collapsed. Okay. All my food was lost. Not like I had. Oh my gosh. It's the next day. Well, screw you guys. I'm going back out there. So yeah, I was just looking down at my menu here and ended up walking a little too far, not paying attention, and fell off. So yeah, it seems extremely easy to fall off between the controls and how the world is laid out and the camera itself. It's quite curious how it was decided to make this area a bunch of really narrow ledges and stuff like this. I don't know, I'm quite curious about that. It just seems like it would be sensible to make kind of larger areas that aren't just all on the edge of death with maybe walls and stuff, or just larger open areas or something. So apparently I'm still at 1 HP, which is also interesting. Is there a way I can get health back? I don't think I can eat the food I have. Oh gosh. Am I still undetected? Maybe I can't do a stealth attack thing with this. I guess I can. I can with the dagger. What about the sword? Now I'm no longer hidden, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. So I guess it didn't drop anything. Got more carrots. Okay, apparently it hit me. So this isn't very good. If you're gonna, I mean, you know, when the player dies like that, they should be able to actually see themselves die. It's just extremely jarring if you just suddenly warp back here. So I would definitely, you know, keep the camera out there, make sure the player can watch themselves die and kind of, you know, view the scene for a few moments there before coming back, and maybe even just have them hit a button or something to return. I don't know. Which, I mean, that's optional, I guess, but at least let them watch themselves die. I didn't really think I was going to get hit when that happened, but apparently it's the next day. Yeah, it would probably be a good idea to give the player their health back. at least like most of it, if not all of it. I don't know. Going back to 1 is pretty rough. I still don't know of any way to actually get health back. So yeah, so from what I can tell, the dagger has the stealth attack. I don't know if you can do it with any of the other weapons. What's over here? Copper statue. So yeah, I'm not sure if I entirely like the camera, especially when it's out here. Kind of wish I just had like more control over it or something, but there's more blue guys. Let's see like how far I can travel in this direction. Wrap my head around which way it's going to rotate. I think it might be like backwards from what I think it's going to do. I don't know. What are they doing over there? What the heck? Okay, so something I noticed about these enemies is that they freeze and they charge up their attack and then they suddenly spit it out, but when they spit it out, it kind of goes directly at you. And what I would suggest is to have them kind of choose the direction that they're going to shoot their attack a brief moment before they actually attack. So as it is right now, it seems like the moment they attack is when they choose the direction they're going to attack, which is of course directly at you. So that kind of attack can be a little hard to avoid in some situations, and it doesn't really feel very good, and it's sort of I guess a bit of a convention that's sort of, I don't know, been established over time with games, that with those kinds of attacks they usually give you that little bit of leeway. So he's assuming you're moving continuously and that kind of thing. Instead of always shooting the attack directly at you, what he would do instead would be shoot it like where you were just a moment ago. If you have that little gap where he suddenly decides where he's going to shoot the attack and then he takes a brief moment to throw out the attack, then that gives the player a better feeling leeway, so they are a little bit less likely to get hit by it while they're, you know, actively moving around and stuff. And it appears, you know, in particular when I you know, was a little too close to him when he threw out the attack. Even if I was running around, being a little bit too close, it was very likely to hit me anyways. So that seems to be what was happening for the most part. Oh, it looks like there's actually more places down here I didn't even realize. So I have these statues that I apparently didn't lose. So I figured I was supposed to lose. What happened? Oh, I lost all the food, but I guess I keep the statues. I guess that mouse just ran away. There's a little hole in the down here that makes me curious. Like, what's down there? I guess the mouse ran away. Oh, there's another one over here. Hammer time. Okay. I don't know if I actually cleaned him or if he ran away again. I don't, there it goes. Okay, so I actually got the wrap this time. So yeah, these rooms down here are a little hidden. Like I didn't even realize these were down here until just now. Looks like a second. Oh, no, this may be a little storehouse. Oh, there's another little exit right there. That's nice. It goes out to your farm. That's comfy. So I like how the camera whips around in here automatically. So yeah, I mean, as far as the camera goes, I'm not sure how much I like the way it rotates currently. I think when I get out in the wild and stuff, I kind of wish I could just rotate it with the mouse or something more manually. I don't know. Of course, the mouse is being used for other things, so maybe it's less than ideal. But maybe it's more just about the layout of it. I mean, obviously you could also have it so you can kind of hold down the buttons to rotate by variable amounts or something. I think when you're in the inn itself, it makes sense to have the camera kind of snap to these different positions, but it also kind of just does it automatically, so you don't really need the manual control over it when you're in places that it doesn't matter. I don't know if that's enough of an issue to be worth dealing with, but apparently there's people in here who are enjoying their stay. I guess this guy said he was going to take care of. Oh, you can do combos. His little reaction is funny. That's interesting. So apparently the hammer has combos. Oh, there's more than one person in here. Okay, anyways, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap this up. I don't think I'm going to get too much more out of it. I didn't do any of the feeding of the guests or anything. I haven't farmed anything. Looks like I got a bunch of roots, so that's helpful. But I feel like it would take a long time to kind of get into this element properly, and also my 1 HP, I still don't know how to fix that, so I don't keep dying and like losing entire days out in the wilderness. So we'll probably wrap this up, but very interesting, and definitely can see how it's can see the game gradually getting more and more fleshed out every time I play it, and it's quite interesting to see. So very cool. Hopefully you found this useful. Oh, it looks like there's a bunch of fish in here. Let's try that real quick. I kind of wanted to cast it up here more, but apparently it's... Oh, did I just spam the button? Okay. Oh, I hit E. Yeah, I kind of wish I could control the cast with the mouse, like especially because, you know, thinking about how we have like food or something and we want to throw out, what is it, control? You can just kind of do this anywhere, so I wonder why you can't just cast anywhere like this. I think there's a little bit of... It seems like a sort of inconsistency with some of the tools and stuff where, you know, for some things in the interface you can just kind of shoot it anywhere you want with the mouse, and that's really comfy and nice. Like even if you're going to feed somebody something, you don't have to like walk up to them, you can just like throw the food at them. That was kind of one of the first things the developer did, I remember, way back when, which is fun and nice. But then you get into certain tools, and it's like you don't have that level of control, even though, especially something like this, like a fishing rod, that would make perfect sense to be able to do that. You know what I said before about the hoe, like why not have that level of control with the mouse with these other tools? It just seems to make sense to me. Anyways, yeah, so let's wrap this up. I think, I mean, if I was going to take this playthrough seriously, I'm probably going to super lose and I guess get killed by the skeleton or something, I don't know, because I haven't made any money and I don't have hardly any food, and I wasted a bunch of days dying. We're on day 4. So yeah, hopefully this video is useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.